All right, so this Mad Max, like I said before, the director Fury Road is a sequel. There was some confusion before because of some of the elements of the character. You know, the jacket, being the Australian police. You know, it was still intact like from the first one, and there was a bunch of different reasons why people were thinking it was strictly a reboot. And a reboot, by definition, is basically basically bringing the franchise to another generation, starting over and updating the cinema. That's what a reboot is. But you're starting the whole story over. And a sequel, of course, we know is just a continuation of the same story. So the director says, yeah, to reintroduce people, it's not a reboot, but it's like a reintroduction or a relaunch to the world that was, and now we're moving forward. It's definitely a sequel. Do you think, I have to first ask someone who has watched the old one, that this was a worthy sequel?
I think so, mainly because, like, for the fans that watch the other films, they explained it all in the first, like, 5 minutes.
Right.
Like, you know, his car, they chased him down, the fucking car got destroyed. It's like they literally destroyed an era right there. Him in that car, symbolic through all the movies. And just watching that happen, like, a piece of me kind of like was like, because he did so much with that fucking car, dude.
He did.
And then they fucking cut his hair off. I mean, they literally, they tied it in perfectly because it's, like you said, it's a form of a reboot, but it's a sequel. And the best way to do that, a new look. Not by choice. I mean, they fucking practically skinned his ass, but,
right.
You know, the way that they handled it was fucking great.
Tatted up on my back.
I mean, I don't think anyone could have done it any better. The transition, perfect.
So you definitely feel like it's a worthy sequel. You're looking forward to the next one, The Wasteland?
Yeah, because with that general world, there's always something to talk about.
True.
I mean, there's people coming and going. You know, I would like to see maybe a cameo. Not from Mel Gibson, but maybe from, what was it?
Tina Turner.
Auntie Entity?
Auntie Entity.
Yes. Something like a Barter Town. Just give me a fucking taste.
Yeah?
You know, something from the old movie. Just a hint. Like at the end of Thunderdome, the kids that he saved, you know, they managed to get to safety and start a new colony. Where's that colony? Like, just something.
Oh, they're dead.
No, bro. No way.
You don't want them to be, I can tell.
No, I don't want them to be
like,
because at the end of the movie they fucking have all the
I actually
candles
made
lit for
jerky
him.
out of those kids.
You had some
Oh
earlier.
no.
No.
It's awful, bro.
Tear jerky.
All right, so for someone who has not seen anything prior,
Well, I can't say if it's worthy.
you can't
or
say
not.
if it's a worthy sequel, but does this make you excited about the franchise as a whole? Does this
Yes.
make you kind of want to be like, oh my god, I want to go back and know, even though I don't recommend it? But does it make you want to go back and find out?
I do.
So
I want. Oh, I want to go back and watch it. Even though you don't suggest it, I really want to.
okay, well I mean, if you do, start with the second one, please.
The second one?
Road
Yes.
Warrior.
Yeah,
Start with Road Warrior.
Okay.
And you will have a better time. I you know, but if you
Like,
if you want to risk,
I get why not going back is a better decision because I wouldn't like them as much. But like, I want to.
if you want to know just for history, you know
Yeah.
you're into it that much, that's great. But I feel like
But I'm
after what you
super-
just got,
Yeah.
it is the pace.
I think I'm more
budget
excited.
is-
Yeah. I think I'm more excited to see the next one than to see the one.
Right. I
before
mean,
it.
because the story, especially in the first one, it builds and builds. Like, you don't even feel like Mel Gibson's the main character
Yeah.
almost until
He's saying yeah, like
until
I watched
halfway
one.
through. It's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then an hour into the movie, when his partner gets killed, then they focus on him and then what's leading to him losing his family.
But isn't that like what happened in this one? Mad Max wasn't the main focus in this one.
I would say in this one, that's interesting that you put it that way. For me, I felt like he was the focus. What I mean by focus is that every part of the story that was taking place involved him directly.
Yeah.
And so in the original, in the first Mad Max, most of the drama that was happening didn't even involve him. He was just a police officer that had a family at home, and she was like, "You're always working." And he was, but his partner was obsessed with this motorcycle gang. He was trying to get this one guy put away, and then he got off with the lawyers, and they started targeting him.
Dude,
and
this is topical, I just realized, with all the motorcycle gang shit going on in Texas, I believe it was.
How about that?
God damn. I didn't even think that like motorcycle gangs were still like a really like hot and heavy like uprising force, but
Ever
I
heard
believe
of
it's
Wild
way.
Hogs? I'm trying to lighten
Listen,
the mood, guys.
that movie was actually good.
This is a movie review for Wild Hogs.
Wild Hogs. Let's go ahead and get into that.
How about Sons of
Tim
Anarchy?
Allen.
Never watched it.
Don't.
Okay. But
I know
Oh
how it
man, if only we
don't
did
watch
TV reviews, I'd get into that right now, but we're not.
That
But go ahead.
fucking
What are you
ending, bro.
saying?
I get the vibe, and you can correct me on this because I know that what I'm about to bring up is your big subject. I watched Road Warrior, and I remember some of it, and I don't remember a lot of it. And then the first one you said, it wasn't really centered around Max.
Not
That's
at
what you
first,
were just
right.
okay.
Yeah, it ended on him, but the story.
It gave me
was
that
on him.
vibe of the second Predator movie where they're in the city.
With Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how we see a lot of other guys getting picked off by the Predator before
Right.
we actually get our main team assembled to take down the Predator.
Right.
Are we still talking about Mad Max?
Are we just comparing?
I'm comparing them.
comparing them.
Cupcake.
That's not cupcake. That's cupcake.
But yeah, I do wanna go back, but I think I would probably have to agree with Little Red over there that I'm more excited. I just found out today on this review that we're going to see another one called Wasteland,
Yes.
We're going tonight.
Because it's already made.
and we're going to the Wasteland tonight.
That's it.
It's my room.
We'll have the coordinates GPS in the comments below. Feel free to join us if you'd like.
Party at the Wasteland.
But I'm super excited for another movie.
Super excited
Yeah.
for
I'm more
Wasteland.
excited than you.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Don't
It's
care.
gonna be great.
Can I say I'm most excited?
Yeah, I
Is
mean
that
you
a thing?
can.
I love
I
you
don't.
the most.
I don't know if anybody would agree with you, but
You
you,
agree
know,
with me, right?
I feel like Benny though does have the right to be most excited.
he does have the right to be.
I'm
excited.
sorry, Cupcake.
All right, so
I broke continuity.
Cupcake.
it's okay. So Tom Hardy definitely delivered as Mad Max.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
everybody's super satisfied with.
I'm always
He's
You
satisfied.
felt it, right?
He's a
Yep.
sexy man in that
He's
movie.
so.
I mean, say it.
Moist.
Oh, that's what you wanted to say.
That's my response.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now I already know we hear that
Do I
random
want him
sound
on the
effect.
top or the
Would-
bottom?
All right,
All
so
over.
Cupcake, you
Yes.
actually touched on something that I actually had as a talking point, how iconic the car became
Yes.
over the years. So how did you feel when, I mean, in the beginning, I didn't think it was over for, and then you see it later, and he's like, that's my car. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
he's going to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
when-
thought he was, and then no, fuck it.
And then he didn't. They got,
When he hopped over it to get
the car that
I'm.
they took from him and they were working on when he almost escaped in the beginning.
Yeah.
He jumped over it. That was his car. And then
Yeah.
towards the end, when they were headed back to the Citadel and they were being chased, his car pulls up again, and the other one, Stitches or whatever his name is, was driving, and he said, "That's my
Stitches.
car. That's mine."
At
And
the
so,
end?
right on the last battle towards the Citadel, and they almost even hit him with it, and then it got squished between two
It's
vehicles.
the car.
And blew
It's
up.
the car that got squid. That got,
then it flipped?
Yeah, it flipped
Oh,
and then
okay.
exploded. That was his car, and he was like, "That's my car."
And it's iconic for Mad Max
Didn't
man.
catch that
Yeah,
because
because he's Australian.
grunts.
because hey, he just proved another moment where somebody probably didn't catch that.
That's my car.
It's more
Keeping the
cool,
debate
right?
up, right?
We're
So
offending a lot of people with our
Master
accents.
debater.
So it's iconic, and I was actually disappointed that he. I mean, I know you felt like they closed it off, and they're starting anew, but I felt like the car is one thing that should remain. Now, granted, in the second one, the Road Warrior, it did get destroyed,
Yeah.
and for
Pretty
some
fucked
reason I mean, it's not for some reason. He probably just walked around and put it back together. It blew up in the second one, actually.
Well, yeah, he got derailed, and that's when the guy killed his pet as well.
Right, and so
Yeah.
it blew up, and then all of a sudden he has it again in the.
Maybe he just got another car,
He
guys.
built it back, so maybe
Yep, he went to the car
He's
dealership
fucking
and he got
handy,
another
bro.
car.
he is pretty handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. I wanted him to get the car back and not be
course.
destroyed again. Because if it pops up in Wasteland, I'm just gonna be like, man, I need this guy to build me a car, so I don't have
His
to.
car just spawns in like a video game.
But it comes back the same every time. That's what's weird to me.
Hey, at least they don't do this thing where like Mad Max's car just comes back in with new cool shit like rocket boosters and wings to glide over the wasteland. Like at least they keep it
They
like
keep it consistent, but it's just like it you know, I would like it to actually survive a whole
It's got
movie.
Bluetooth
Well, you
now.
know, there could be probably a bully.
Let's talk about the factions and how they seem to escalate throughout the movie. Like the, you know, I thought it was pretty cool, and I like that. You know, every time that they engaged in a different part, it was something a little hard they had to deal with. You know, the War Boys in the beginning, they're just like, I don't know, they're just a waste of space. They were just many in numbers, in my opinion, and that was the only thing that worked to their advantage. It's just a bunch of them. But towards the end, you know, you started getting into guys that actually were threatening. You know, I like the.
You know who's super threatening to me?
What's that?
Can we do that all together while you're talking?
Oh yes.
Everybody with me. What do you call those things anyway?
Cirque du Soleil.
I mean, because they had the guys at the bottom rocking them back
they
and
were
forth.
they were like pole vaulting.
Yeah, they're pretty much pole vaulting. They were bringing themselves in closer to the attack or pulling
that was
people
pretty
out.
cool.
I thought that was cool.
Nipple clamp.
Oh no,
awesome.
100%. My favorite badass is the one Mad Max, or no, not Mad Max. But I wanted to talk about this and I totally just remembered, so I'm so glad. That fucking scene where Max is trying to shoot those guys when they're stuck in the
mud. Yeah.
In the mud.
That's actually the wasteland.
And he just goes and she's just like, you want me to give it a shot? And he's like, oh god. So she shoots that light and blinds that guy, and he puts on a blindfold. He gets out his machine. He's like, "I am justice!" Ah, like that guy was fucking awesome.
I'm glad he died though.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a political statement on the fall of justice in that movie.
Damn. How about that, right?
Social bomb.
No, I thought that. What I like.
Pick up my phones?
It probably did. Just like it's picking up everything else.
I heard it.
Well then.
We can talk about
I
it.
mean, if it didn't, we can just go ahead and put a subtitle when it happened. Cody's fart.
Cody fart.
Cody farts.
Exquisite thoughts.
Exquisite thoughts.
Mad gas.
That's what the farts are.
Mad
Exquisite
gas
thoughts.
burrito road.
Yes. So I mean, how did you guys feel about the factions? I mean, they didn't really change. Like, you know, when you watch a Star Wars movie,
faction?
they definitely there's a difference in all of the different ones. But this one, they kind of all just wore the same thing, but they had just different ways of attacking. You know, like the bandit she was supposed to swap the fuel with the motorcycles, and they were doing like big air jumps while trying to shoot. I thought that was cool because the War Boys are just throwing like napalm sticks.
Yeah.
You know,
those guys, those dirt bikists. Is that the?
You know what? We can every
bicyclists.
episode we can make up a word that we probably found out later really is a word. So
Dirt bikers. I don't know why I made up a word. Dirt bikers
bikers?
is like a.
Yeah, bikers and then add dirt.
Those dirt bikers were actually pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I dug that whole
Dirt
scene with them trying to
bags.
stop her and
I liked the whole scene. I liked the, Charlize Theron's character was like, boom, got you. Boom, got you.
Yeah, she was one hell of a shot.
Max was like emptying bullets until he hit you. He was like, bam, 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 and I love that.
About
No one
her.
cares.
What? Peace out. My favorite thing was when she went to put the black on her face, and she put like a little bit, and then it just all of a sudden was covered on her face. She put like this
well, I
much
just
on her
assumed
forehead.
that over time
was
was
just
what
like,
we got. Because it was just like, and then it was
Yeah,
like,
the next thing you saw of her, she was just covered.
oh, I was like, yeah, that stuff is